And now, News Channel 10 Storm Track Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Doppler Dave Oliver.
A lot of people interested in that bright light in the sky out there this evening, Dave, as the sun was going
That's
down.
right. Well, not a UFO. Was not a big planet or a star or anything. It's actually a high-altitude research balloon. We get those every now and then. Some really cool pictures coming in if you've been to our Facebook page. Some people really getting some excellent close-up shots. Anthony Boyer from Amarillo caught this one for us. And you can see definitely a balloon. A little instrument package hanging down there. This baby's way up in the stratosphere. I mean, talking about 19 miles up into the atmosphere. Now, here's another shot from the Smith family, because the balloon kind of drifted across text line. This was still right there in the daylight. You can see a big, bright balloon there. But here's a track from the balloon. This was actually launched by NASA out at Fort Sumner, just outside of our viewing area. Again, it goes way on up into the stratosphere. The winds up at that level aren't particularly strong sometimes, so it took all afternoon and evening to kind of drift across the panhandle. I went there between Dalhart and Dumas, and this is still up in the sky. Of course, it's dark now, so it's not being hit by any sunlight. You can't see it there, but it's up there close to Perryton. I gave you this website if you have the News Channel 10 phone app or on our Facebook page, so you can kind of track the progress of that balloon. They're not all that rare. You know, we get them every 3 or 4 times a year. Sometimes they launch them out there and they come across the sky, but today was particularly good visibility, and I knew a lot of folks would be seeing that up in the sky. Here tonight, it's nice and cool, nice and quiet. We're at 59. Now, we got up to 83 today, so we have already dropped off 24, and we got a lot of nighttime to go. So we get some big fluctuations between morning and afternoon. And here's one of the key factors. Dew point has dropped off. It's in the 30s most of the day. It's hovering right about 40, but our humidity not particularly high. And the wind is very nice at 9 miles per hour. We're getting a real break from the autumn winds here the last couple of days. It's been nice and calm and nice and cool. 2 mornings in a row now. We've gotten down to 46. Again, those are the coolest temperatures we've had in more than 4 months. So we're really starting to establish these nice, cool autumn mornings. These were lows this morning. Had some 50s across the northeast, but almost everybody else somewhere down in the 40s. Didn't have 30s like we did last night up around Clayton, but not too far away. Tucumcari dropped down to 41, and Canadian, one of the cool spots, down at 42. And as I mentioned, if you're out early this morning, or if you've been out doing yard work like I was this morning, I was out this morning, after warmed up just a little bit, but still very, very cool. And I was thinking, thank you, Lord, for autumn. Love to mow my grass when it's nice and cool instead of the middle of the afternoon in August. Temperatures right now have dropped off. We're seeing a few folks maybe a little late to update there, but some 60s in the north. We have 58 at Tulia, 58 at Dalhart, Clovis at 57 degrees, and I think we'll probably get right on down close to the 50-degree mark. Maybe not as many 40s, but still refreshingly cool in the morning. And it's been nice to keep the wind down. Often, for us to get the cooler weather, it's associated with a big cold front or something and blustery conditions. Right now, the wind's still kind of variable at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our wind track forecast is kind of interesting. First of all, it's going to stay light tonight when this map doesn't have much color on it. It's a light wind. But this is tomorrow around 6. Notice this wind shift back out of the northeast, and the speeds pick up. That orange would be more like a 20-mile-an-hour wind. So that's our next boundary coming through, and that will be associated with our next cold front. Let's take a look at that. Fly up here to the north and have this big old low around the Great Lakes. Trailing that, we have another push of slightly cooler air. That's going to be enough to drop us back down into the 70s after being in the 80s for tomorrow. Up here to the north, notice Bismarck, Minneapolis, right around 50 degrees. Not a real strong system, but it's going to keep us from warming up too much. Again, about 84 tomorrow. As the front comes in tomorrow evening, though, cooler air comes in. Be right back down to the 40s by Thursday and Friday mornings with daytime temperatures in the 70s. But that front will also kind of reinforce the dryness because we get that air coming in from the north. It's not picking up the Gulf moisture we need to get rain back in the forecast. So that's kind of always the drawback. Nice to have these comfortable temperatures, but we don't want the dryness to go on too long. Pretty quiet pattern, the jet stream up to the north. Probably be a few days before we start to work that moisture back into our area. Tonight, though, clear and cool. 52 for Amarillo, maybe a handful of 40s up around Dalhart, Boise City, Clayton, those areas for tomorrow. Warm day, 84, probably the warmest we'll have for the rest of the work week. as the mid-80s kick in with all that sunshine. Then we get our little front coming in, and notice the drop off, about 10 degrees. Thursday, in the 40s in the morning, 74 in the afternoon. Friday morning, we're at 49. Looks like a great weekend. Cool mornings, 80s in the afternoon. Again, hoping to maybe sneak a chance of a shower in there sometime soon, but I'm going to let that look a little clearer before I talk about it.